Hello guys, we just had a client meeting today in our office. It's Saturday and we discussed about how we can collaborate in future for creating something more significant. So we had clients, a couple IT professionals come into our office today to discuss about how we can collaborate in future on buying them multiple properties and creating a business, something significant out of it. And we had a great chat. Then we took that opportunity to take a video testimonial from them around how was their experience working with us, and that's what we did. And the energy is so high. Gary had been reflecting that we feel so good about what we do, and this part of our job is the reason why we do what we do. And so we quickly reflected like, okay, let's put a camera here and talk and reflect over how was our journey been so far. For someone who doesn't know about it, Gary was my first client. So this started as a business client relationship, then turned into friendship. Now we are doing this business together, more like a family now. And we have come a long way, starting with delivering our core value proposition, that is our experience of hosting on Airbnb, and adding that value to our investors so that you don't repeat the same mistakes which we have already done. And now we have come along a long journey, different strategies in place, how our offering evolved over the span of 2 years. So Gary, if you want to quickly reflect, share about your experience overall in terms of strategy, doing business together, what our clients feel, how does the future look like?
Look, good. Look, I think Bhavish, you started it really well. You know, I've started as your customer. You bought me, you help us, buying our third investment in Melbourne for me and my wife, Helene, and that one is performing really nicely. Though the capital growth is not great, but the strategy we bought it, the reason we bought it, it's doing exactly what we strategized. So thankful for that. And then fast forward, we're doing business together from last 12 months. Started as your customer, now as a business partner, running a full-fledged business. Not only this business, multiple businesses, complementing businesses. And during the journey, we built a team of 11 people. Some are offshore, some are here. And the business is growing, clients are happy. Talking about the numbers, you know how much I love numbers. Talking about numbers, bought 35 properties in last 8 months in Tassie. No one was buying in Tassie when we went there. And I've lived in Tassie for 10 years. You have seen me multiple times saying I've driven cabs, I've worked in the pubs, I played cricket, I have umpired in foodie. So I've got local intel and I love the place so much because it's given us so much. Fast forward, bought 35 properties in 8 months and we started with the number 50 for this financial year. Very close to it, and we're going to beat it.
True.
Yes. So all our investors, we have done a recent valuation. The minimum percentage growth in terms of the capital growth is 17%. That's just the normal progressive capital growth, and we didn't even touch our strategies. So we have 4 strategies at Jasper. The first strategy is, we buying a clean property, passive investment. We don't have to spend a single dime, and we convert that property into a short-term rental, and then that's set and forget. So you don't have to put anything into it day by day or month on month or year on year. The property will look after on its own through Airbnb and the capital growth.
Just to add to this, and now like we're talking about strategies now, but reflecting over the deals we have done, this particular strategy, who was your ideal client? Like, if we put an ideal client profile for this sort of strategy, reflection like what we did over last 2 weeks, I think this is for someone who is short on cash, buying their first or second investment property, and best for someone buying through their SMSM, right? Let's keep on doing this. Every strategy, let's talk about the kind of investors we have helped doing that, and what was the story behind it. So I think this first strategy we reflected 2 weeks ago, majority of them are SMSF buyers and buying their second or first investment property, short on cash, and it was a clean strategy. Buy the property, go live on Airbnb. So we discussed about the first strategy, that is clean, move in ready. Now, if you want to talk about the second strategy.
Second strategy is pretty good and one of my favorites, which is, we have done it our own investments. That is renovation, not the structural renovation, just the cosmetic renovation. So we buy a property, a dud property in a good suburb on a good street, and then we put some love into it. This is good for someone who's sitting on a good cash. Correct. So if you got good, $60,000-$70,000 sitting in your bank and you have capital to invest, then we've got a dedicated team. You don't have to lift a finger. We will do the scope of works. We will get a quote for you. We will manage the renovation for you, and we will take care of everything, turnaround time and everything. So all you do is you trust the process, you trust the vision, and do your stress test, pressure test on the numbers. And once it stacks up, give us a go ahead and we'll take care of it. So what it does is, as you know, we've done it multiple times. So if you invest $50,000, what we target is 2.5x returns.
Right.
Yeah. So if it's $50,000, we want that property to manufacture an equity of $125,000. That strategy works really well. Someone's got a good cash.
Right. And talking about this has been really good among a lot of our investors, because it's a complementing strategy, talking about adding significant value to the property, manufacturing equity, and increasing its cash flow through increasing its appeal on Airbnb marketplace. So this is one of my favorites, but again, it comes with some list of pros and cons, some challenges, the opportunities that comes along with it. Nothing right or wrong, but let's jump on the third strategy. I think that's your favorite one.
That's my favorite, and I think there is a lot of value in it, and that's a value add strategy. So you buy it strategically. You buy an asset where you can buy a land where you can have a lot of 700 square meter minimum, or plus 1,000 square, 1,100, and then the first asset, the existing assets, is placed nicely. So you have you have a clear access to the back, which is 3 meter. You have no easements at the back. So we do all the due diligence for that, because we have done it multiple times. And what you do is you convert the front of the unit, front of the asset to a short-term rental, Airbnb, so that way cash flow is not a concern for you. You don't have to pay out of your pocket, and then you straight away work with the architects, town planners, put an application with the council, and guess who does it? We. So you do your job, your business, or whatever you like to do in your day life, and we take care of everything. So we've got dedicated town planners, architects, builders. So we straight away get it designed, get it drafted, put an application DA into the council. That's a process of 3 months. Then get a BA, and then get a quote from the builder and from the real estate agent. What sort of product will it sell? When we actually build at the back. So for the timing, the strategies, we've done this again and again, rinse and repeat. So you invest about 400 to 450 all up, including the architect, our fee, builder fee. You put a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 140 square meter house, and the upfront valuation going to be around 650.
Gary mentioned a couple of times we, and he put some emphasis on the word who does that, we does that. So I just want to add some context to it. When we say we have got subject matter experts, architects, builders, property managers, tradies that we have built, we have used with our own investment properties, and of course our clients. So we have got subject matter experts working in the same ecosystem for the same trophy, which is best return on investment for our clients. So it's not just tennis that we both are playing, it's we are playing cricket. We have got a whole team behind us, subject matter experts, really good at what they do, and we have created an ecosystem where everyone benefits from the deal that we're doing together. So that's the third one. Now let's talk about the fourth one, which is new builds. Before we talk about that, do you want to give some context, like how we got into this?
That's a good question, Bhavish. I'm glad you asked me that. And so all the strategies we have done is, so far we have done it for ourselves. For example, building a granny flat, I've personally done it for my property. Renovation, we have personally done it for our investment, and then we started doing it in volume. Subdivision, we've done it for ourselves. Now the fourth strategy is which is the evolution in the game. And what we have done is, so right now we are building, me and Bhavish, building 3 townhouses. We bought a land from the local developer. We share a really good relationship. You might circle back to our social media post where we met a 95-year-old, the person who runs that business, Jasper. So we've got great relationship with them. We bought a land at a good price, and now we're putting 3 townhouses together in that particular piece of land. And that's where there's 4 strategies evolution comes from. So now we picked up a really nice lot in the new estate in a very good suburb, Sorel, which we are very bullish about, and there are fundamentals behind it, which is infrastructure investment, new school coming, close to the airport, close to city. So we're putting, so what we are doing is we picked up 7 to 10 lots in that's right next to the water, as you know. So we're going to put a product in that, like 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, 150 square, 180 square. It'll depend on the concept, and the day one investors will make about equity of $100,000, and without even lifting a finger.
Again, I would like to add some context to it. The reason we are very confident around building a significant equity at completion on day one, because we are doing it at volume. Because we are doing it at such volume, this lots and the existing strategy that we had in place, we are putting granny flats on the existing properties that we have bought for our clients, second dwellings that we are putting on our existing property portfolio for existing clients now, and this new builds. So overall, this financial year, we are building 25 homes. So the reason we are confident about the instant equity on completion is because we are doing it at volume, and we are in a position to bring the construction cost down, and that's where this money is coming from. But yeah, please continue.
And I just want to add to this to Bhavesh, and I'm glad he made that point. So the biggest builder in Hobart or in Tasmania, they do about 80 builds a year, right? And the medium builders, they do it about 30 to 40. So right now we got a work of 25 builds in like less than 12 months. So look at this way. So we have partnership with someone locally where we're going to negotiate the build cost so that everyone in the process makes money. That is the investor, which is the outcome, us, as project managing it, and then our builder, our tradies, land developers. So everyone is making the money by doing a value add and basically, making their capital work hard, and that's how it's going to be win-win situation. And the reason we're so bullish on this building side of things, because there is a rental scarcity in Tasmania. There are no vacancy. There are no new builds coming. It's not like mainland. You can pump out 100 houses overnight. So the stock is very limited. There is a rental crisis going on. So and the biggest thing is, the reason everyone is buying in Tasmania is the affordability. So it's the capital city. Hobart is the capital city, and it's the last one on the planet in terms of in Australia, where you can actually afford something in 650, 700.
That's good. So we discussed about different strategies, what we have been actually doing, what does the future look like in terms of new builds. How does the future look like in terms of our business? Like, what do you reckon?
I think it's looking really good, and again, it's a win-win situation. It needs to be win-win for everyone. We are here for investors. We work with you because we want to add value in your life so that you do what you good at, and we take care of your investment sides. And that's the vision. That's how we started. Like, let's make first 50 investors the money, and then Gary and Bhavesh, and we don't have to do anything. So every time their property goes up in value, we just rinse and repeat. And that will be more than what we will make in our jobs. So the future looks like we've got 4 strategies, and that's where we are at. And again, we are actively working on land subdivisions as well. So there is so much work in the pipeline, and we are creating employment. We started with 2 of us. Now we have a team of 11 people all around the globe. In Tassie, in Melbourne, in Philippines, in India, and we're going to start adding few more people to the team as well, and we're creating complementing businesses, and it's only possible because the mindset that we have is our investors, they should make money. Because me and Bhavesh, we've discussed this multiple times over the length, that if they make money, no one can stop us making us money.
No, looks good. I now that I reflect, the way we started, it was like, Gary, let's make 50 investors good enough money. So getting more business development, getting more clients would be our last concern.
Absolutely.
So how close are we to first 50 clients?
I think we're gonna beat it, and we promised to the team after the financial year, we're going to Bali for good 3-night 4 days trip, and that'll be us, like, because you need to enjoy as well. You need to sit down and reflect and say what we have achieved in last 12 months. So we're very close. We're sitting at 35, and I'm not counting the one which are going through the settlement,
Right.
but we have no doubt, as you know, in our reviews, we'll cross that number by a mile.
Looks good. Let's keep on doing what we're doing. And also about this, let's do this more often.
Yeah.
More like a reflection in front of the camera, all candid, nothing structured. Let's keep on doing this more often.
I agree. We're gonna start putting down, a lot of content, on YouTube, on Insta. So make sure you follow us, follow our YouTube, and follow our Instas or TikToks. It's gonna be value. It's gonna be value. Giving you 10 minutes, and if it resonates, these are the boys who can make a difference in your life. You know how to reach out.
Perfect. Thank you, Gary. Good content.